Hello, this is Geometry, topic 2-2 over nets. We're going to be talking about three-dimensional figures from here on. And so a net is a two-dimensional drawing of that three-dimensional figure. So I'll go ahead and draw a net right now. I'll draw a net for a cube. We have our four lateral faces. We have the bottom of the cube. And we have the top of the cube. And so that's a net. Okay, we have several different nets. That just happens to be the one that I felt like drawing, a net for a cube. Now on our nets and on our three-dimensional objects, we have several different things. First off, we have our faces. And so our faces, they make up any side of our three-dimensional figure. Okay? Those are our faces. The faces make up our three-dimensional sides. So I have a face here, I have a face here, a face over here, a face in the back. This top is a face and this bottom is a face. Any flat side is a face. Now our base on a prism would be two congruent parallel faces. Okay? Then it'd be congruent and parallel. And so this might be one base, while this would be my other base. Okay? Two parallel sides that are opposite the shape. Now I chose to make these two my bases because I want to see this as a square prism. Because it's a rectangular prism, I really could have chosen any two to be my base. But I wanted to go ahead and choose these two. Now I have my base. I also have what's called base edges. And these are the edges that form the base. And so those four base edges. And those four base edges. I also have lateral edges. Those are the edges that connect my two bases. So my lateral edges, those connect my bases. And last but not least, we have our vertexes, okay, vertices. A single is called vertex, and the vertices are the corners, the points that make up our object. Now here I know you don't have multiple colors to mark this. I went ahead and marked it in colors so that you could see clearly. If you're at home and you have access to different colors, feel free to use those. If not, just make sure that you've labeled it according to something that makes sense to you. Let's go ahead and take a look at example number 1. We're going to draw a net. And so to draw our net, we want to draw a net of a cube, one that would make a cube and one that would not. So a cube has 6 sides. And so I need to draw 4 squares that make up the sides, and then I can draw 2 squares to be the top and bottom. So these are the 4 sides. This is one base. This is the other base. Okay? And these are my lateral sides, and they will all fold together to make a cube. Now one that would not, this would not make a cube because these bases are both tops. And these are your lateral sides. I don't have a bottom, but I do have 2 tops. And so this one does and this one does not. There are several other examples. You may be asked to draw one on the assignment. Something would form a cube and something would not. Try to use something other than these. These are some obvious examples, but there are definitely more than this. So we know how to draw a net. Let's go ahead and talk about nets. So we want to know, if we fold along the dotted lines, what shape would we form? Well, this side would touch here. That would touch there. That would touch there. This side would meet that side, and this side would meet that side, and those two sides would touch. And so we would fold this up, and I want you to notice that I have rectangular bases, and rectangular sides. And so this would make a rectangular prism. I'm actually hoping that you knew this before I said it. This is not something that's new, it's something that's old. And so hopefully you can recognize that this is in fact a rectangular prism. Let's go ahead and move on to example number 3. Here I want to draw two different nets that will fold to make this shape. Well, I know that I have 3 rectangular sides. Okay, so that's on my 3 rectangular sides. Then I have 2 triangular bases. And so that's one method. Well, I know my triangles never touch, so I can draw another one. Put a triangle here and a triangle there. So this is the bottom, and these are the sides that wrap around. Okay? Both of these are accurate. There are more. This is just 2 different examples. The biggest thing is that the bases need to be on opposite sides of what we see. And now for example number 4. Example number 4 is we want to draw a solid. We want to put these shapes on here so that we can see this. So the first thing is I need to figure out where I'm going to put some shapes. Let's go ahead and just say that this is the top of this shape. So I'm going to draw my sun. Now my sun on one side has the curved moon, and the curved moon touches the dark circle, which touches the sun. And so this is this corner right here. Okay. Well, now I need to draw not this corner, but a different corner. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and I need to make sure the star is in here. So I'm going to make the star my top piece. Okay. And now in front of the star was blank. So if I'm folding this under, this would be on the bottom. The sun is on the bottom. So my circle is over here. So if this is the sun and the circle, I need my moon. So blank in the front, sun on the bottom, circle back here. So the sun and the circle. I need my moon to touch the sun and the circle. So that means my half moons are going to be here or here. Okay? Well, I'm keeping it in the same direction. And so my moon would still be over here. So here, I see my circle, my sun. This back spot would be blank, and the bottom would be the star. If I flip it, I've got the star. No, sorry. The star will be back here, and this will be blank. So I flip it so the star is on top. Actually rotating it where the star is on top. So I rotate it kind of that way, so the star is on top. That would put the sun here. And my moon, still there, but it's going to be turned that way. There we go. So this is example number 4. The example number 4 is the hardest for me to go about doing. I'm not terribly good at putting these things into perspective. Maybe this is something that you're strong at. Take your time on the assignment. Make sure that you look it over. If you have questions, please ask. Good luck. Have a good day.